Good morning, everybody. My name is Juan Sebastian Garzon Torres. I'm going to talk to you about my trip to Canada. First, I'm going to talk about myself a little bit. I am 16 years old. I was born in Cartagena, Colombia. I love to play the guitar, and also I play a little the bass guitar, and I can do some piano. I live with my mom, with my dad, my sister, and my little dog, Rocky. People say I am a nice guy, and sometimes that I am a little crazy. So, I have to say thank you to my parents because they have taught me all I know, and they made this dream possible, and I love them so much. So, leaving Cartagena, the day we were going to Canada, I woke up like full of energy, you know, but I also woke up angry, as always. I dressed up and we went to the airport. At the airport, we met with my flight mates, and we spent like 1 hour there finalizing some details, and also waiting for Rodelo, who was late. As you may see in the picture, everybody has short hair, but you have to look at us now. So, the next. We left Cartagena around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we arrived Bogota at 2 o'clock. And it was a really boring experience because we had to wait about 6 hours there, and there was nothing to do. So we decided to jog, to eat, and to walk by the international airport. Next please. 6 hours flight is really tiring from Bogota to Toronto, but as I slept most of the flight, I didn't feel it that long. Anyway, when we landed in Toronto, I thought my troubles with airplanes were over, but I didn't have the slightest idea I had to take another plane to Ottawa, our real destiny. When we arrived Ottawa, we went immediately to the college where we met Janice and Selena. This is a funny picture because I don't remember what I was doing, but I remember it was funny. So anyway, we had pizza for lunch. I had 5 slices of pizza, and also then we had ice cream, and then we met Carlos, who finished last year at Salesian School, and he was here since January. Then we played soccer, and when we tired of playing, we came back to the classroom, and Janice told us who were our housemates and our respective families. Visiting downtown was an interesting experience because it looks kind of similar to Cartagena's downtown, but this one is much more organized and is bigger than Cartagena's. Downtown, we entered into a shopping mall called Riddle Center, who was the biggest mall I have ever seen, but it was an interesting experience. We walked around almost 4 hours, and then we came back to our houses. Museum of Civilization. The Museum of Civilization shows the history of mankind and focuses most in Canadian history. It was really interesting to learn about our culture, our global culture, and about Canada's culture. A picture in front of the college, as you may see, we're all together. Art Museum and the Cathedral. As a funny tip, this is the biggest spider ever built, and Benjamin and I were posing for the photo. So the Art Museum and the Cathedral. Art Museum and the Cathedral they both have like a calming, something that calms your spirit when you got into. For example, when we enter into the cathedral, you can see stained glasses that are really bright, and when you look at them, you feel like you are in another dimension, like another world. It's a kind of touch of mystery, you know. Inside the coffee room. Next, please. War Museum. I don't like war, and it is said that war is the worst of human inventions. But I enjoyed our visit to the War Museum because the inquiry of knowledge. As we can see in the picture, well, we can see the War Museum has a lot of weapons, cars, airplanes, and boats, and we learned much about Nazism. The Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the place where the justice is given in Canada. It is interesting because the place was almost empty, so we have plenty of time to walk calmly. Also, an interesting experience was that we played as a real court with its respective judge, guilty, and the victim. Museum of Nature. The Museum of Nature is almost the same as the Museum of Civilization, but it focuses more in the plants, animals, and the earth in general. I mean, the evolving process and how species have developed in the world to survive. Whoa, there are sea and fish show. As you may see in the pictures, that those horses are really high, are really tall. So it was really beautiful because it was very organized. You know, I don't know if you understand. Everyone is like accurate in what they are doing. So we had a great time there. We spent well spent 2 hours in the afternoon. Right. By the way, it was really crowded. I thought it wasn't, but it was really crowded. Right. Oh, Toronto. Toronto is the biggest city in Ottawa and also the financial center. So I really like this picture because you can see that old style building. And here we can see 4 places we went when we were in Toronto. Downtown. If I thought Ottawa's downtown was big, I had to see Toronto's downtown. It was much bigger, and it was full of people, and there was anything you can imagine. There were food, games, street soccer. Even we saw a soccer match in a big screen, and there were people everywhere. No, wait. The CN Tower. The CN Tower, as the name says, is a tower, and I almost can't bend my neck enough to see the top of the building. We didn't went up, but it was interesting to sit by the tower, and we had a lot of fun telling jokes. Wonderland. Wonderland is a big amusement park. When we got into, I didn't know where to start, but anyway, we had a lot of fun because we rode roller coasters, and I ate a lot too, as always. And finally, Niagara Falls. It's an unforgettable experience. You have to be there to understand what I feel, what everybody felt, because everybody felt something different. So it was that drop beautiful to see the water falling, and as the museum, as the cathedral and the art museum has something that calms your spirit and set your soul free. So this is all for today. This is the first part of my exposition. I hope you like it. See you soon.
Okay. Ayúdame, no sé cómo hacer la